Have you ever wondered how far someone would go? Not for themselves, but for someone they love. Not for luxury, not for comfort, just for survival. Tonight, I'm sharing a story that will stay with you long after it ends. A story about a girl who thought she sold her heart to save her brother, but instead found herself trapped between love, betrayal, and the kind of truth that shakes your soul. She was just 19. Too young to carry the weight of the world, yet there she was, holding it all together. Her little brother was sick, the kind of sick that medicine could help, but only if you had the money. And money? It was something she never had enough of. She worked double shifts, studied when she could, skipped meals so her brother could eat. Every night, she whispered to herself, "Just one more day, and things will get better." But life doesn't always give you mercy. Hospital bills piled up, time ran out, and then came the offer. A stranger, a deal. One night for enough money to buy medicine and keep her brother alive. She hated herself for even thinking about it. But what choice did she have? Tell me honestly, if your loved one's life depended on it, what would you do? Would you sacrifice your pride, your innocence, yourself? So she said yes. One night. That's all it would ever be. She promised herself she'd forget it the second the sun rose. But the thing about nights like that, they don't just vanish. They leave scars. She walked away the next morning with shaking hands and a heavy heart. But in her bag, clutched tightly, was the money she needed, her brother's medicine, his chance at life. And she swore never again. But fate doesn't work on promises, because weeks later, he came back, the stranger, the man she thought she'd never see again. But this time, he wasn't holding out money. He wasn't offering deals. He was offering something else, something more dangerous. Attention, obsession. At first, she wanted to run. Why me? She asked herself every night. Out of all the people in the world, why did this man, powerful and ruthless, come back for her? And here's where it gets complicated, because little by little, his presence started to soften her walls. He wasn't just cold power and control. He had moments, small, almost invisible moments, that made her heart betray her. The way he noticed her silence, the way he laughed unexpectedly, catching her off guard, the way he said her name like it actually mattered. And you know how it happens, right? That slow, dangerous pull. She started to miss him, to wait for him, to hate herself for waiting, but still, to wait. Hi. Love is cruel sometimes. It doesn't ask for permission. It just barges in, even when you don't want it. But just when she thought, maybe, just maybe, something real was blooming, the truth hit her like a storm. He wasn't just a stranger. He wasn't just a man with power. He was tied to the very world that had destroyed her family. The rivalries, the betrayals, the chaos. He was part of it. And suddenly, all the love she was starting to feel turned into knives. She cried that night like she hadn't cried in years. She whispered, "I hate you," 100 times, but her heart kept whispering back, "I miss you." Tell me, how do you fight a war between your heart and your mind? Which side wins? Days went on, and the game changed. It wasn't about love anymore. It was survival. Every choice she made was like walking on a wire. One wrong step, and she'd lose everything, her brother, her heart, even her life. And just when she thought she couldn't take any more, the biggest twist came crashing down. That night, the one night she thought was just a deal, just a desperate choice, wasn't an accident. He had chosen her, not randomly, not by chance. He had been watching her, waiting for her. And his return? It wasn't about power. It wasn't about control. It was about redemption. But was redemption enough? Could love born in betrayal survive? Or was it destined to collapse under the weight of secrets? Pause here. Imagine being her, standing in front of the man who broke you and saved you at the same time. Do you forgive? Do you run? Do you risk your heart again? knowing it could shatter into 1,000 pieces. Her decision, well, let's just say it changed everything. It turned her world upside down in a way that no one saw coming, and when the final truth was revealed, it wasn't just her story anymore. It was about love, sacrifice, forgiveness, and the price we pay for the people we can't live without. So now I'll leave you with, this love is never simple. Sometimes it's messy, sometimes it's cruel, and sometimes it's born from the darkest nights you could ever imagine. If you're still here, I know this story touched you, and I promise there's another chapter waiting, another story of love, heartbreak, and redemption that you won't want to miss. Click on the next video, and let's keep walking through these love chapters together.